We're going to start off with Revelation 17 and 1. And there came one of the seven angels, which had seven vials, and talked with me, saying unto me, Come hither. I will show unto thee the judgment of the great whore that sitteth upon many waters. So we're going to give all honor and all glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone who taught us this truth through the power and glory of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. This lesson This lesson is edifying to the elect, whether you hear or whether you forbear. We're going to get started. We're going to jump down to number 2. With whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication, and the inhabitants of the earth have been made drunk with the wine of her fornication. So we're going to come here, right? And it says, we're going to go back up to 1, man, so I can break these 2 down for you. And it says, And there came one of the seven angels, which had the seven vials, and talked with me, saying unto me, Come hither. I show unto thee the judgment of the great whore, which is Babylon, America, right? Babylon the Great, America, that sitteth upon many waters, right? And when it says many waters, man, it's talking about nations, tongues, in that case, man. With whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication, and the inhabitants of the earth have been made drunk with the wine of her fornication. Right? So it says, with the kings of the earth have committed fornication, right? Because these kingdoms, and it's not talking about these kings, but it's talking about these kingdoms, right? Have committed fornication, right? Unrighteous, doings. And the inhabitants of the earth, right? Everyone of this earth have been made drunk with the wine of her fornication, doing immoral ass shit. So he carried me away in the spirit into the wilderness, and I saw a woman sit upon a scarlet-colored beast, full of names of blasphemy, having 7 heads and 10 horns, right? And these just represent nations, man, that are confederate together, man. And the woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet, colored, and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls, having a gold cup in her hand, full of abominations and filthiness of her fornication, right? Of her own morality, right? Immorality, right? And this is talking about Babylon the Great, man. The great fucking whore that lets people do whatever the fuck they want to. Let's jump to Babylon the Great, harlot, whore. Images, boom. And here she is. And upon her forehead was a name written, Mystery Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots and abominable nations of the earth. And I saw the woman drunken with the blood of the saints, right? So this is talking about Babylon, right? Seeing Babylon drunken off the blood of the saints, right? The Israelites, and with the blood of the martyrs of Yahweh Shai. And when I saw her, I wondered with great admiration, right? Admiration, meaning amazement. Let's jump to here, all right? And let's see who are really the saints that it's talking about. Saints, Holy One, right? Let's see. The saints, the Holy One, the pure, the moral, blameless, or religious, right? Most, and the what it says is most holy thing, a saint, right? So let's go to here just to prove the fact. Who are the saints in the Bible? They try to make it seem like it's all living believers, but that is false. So, because like I say, man, the internet will lie to you about this, man. But that's believers in Yahweh Shai Amashiach, right? Not this, word. And it has, you have to be able, if you believe, that means you're going to put in the willpower to do righteous, right? So if you have faith in Yahweh Shai Mashiach, you're going to put in the works of Yahweh Shai Mashiach, right? If you put in the works of, the works of Yahweh Shai Mashiach, that means you have faith in Yahweh Shai Mashiach. So we're going to jump down, and it says, and he saith unto me, the waters which thou sawest, right? This is speaking of what I said earlier back in Revelation 17:1. This is explaining what the waters are and what those 10 horns are. Well, not are, but yeah. And he said unto me, the waters which thou sawest where the whore sitteth, right? Meaning Babylon, are people in multitudes and nations and tongues, right? Because America, man, has all types of people that live here, man. Mexicans, right? The Latinos, right? That's a different language, right? The Negroes, which are us Israelites, right? Whites, right? The English, English speaking, right? You got Japanese, Chinese, they all speak different languages. That's what it means by representing masses of people of every nation and every language. And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore. They shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh. And when it says eat her flesh, it doesn't mean actually eat her flesh. Eat her flesh means consume her, right? We're going to go to the Bible ordinance just to prove that. Make her desolate and naked, and flesh, and shall eat her and burn her with fire. Right? Eat to consume, right? Devour, consume. That's what that metaphor means, man. So, and devour her, devour Babylon, consume Babylon, and burn her with fire, right? And who are the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast? These nations are confederate together. So, and I'm not even going to go to that because I'll probably fucking bullshit around and lie about that too. For Yahweh, Salakia. So when it comes to, when it says when it says God, right, with a capital G, lowercase o, and lowercase d, that's referring to Yahweh Shai. When it has a capital G, capital O, and capital D, that is referring to Yahweh the Most High. For Yahweh Shai have put in their hearts to fulfill his will, and to agree and give their kingdom unto the beast, until the words of Yahweh Shai shall be fulfilled, right? So let's read it in this plan. It says, for Yahweh Shai has put a plan into their minds, a plan that he will carry out his purpose, right? Because he controls their minds. They will agree to give their authority to the beast, right? The scarlet beast, which is America, And so the words of Yahweh will be fulfilled, right? And the women which thou sawest is the great city which reigneth over the kings, right? The kingdoms of the earth, right? Because America rules over all these kingdoms of the earth, man, right? Has, full control. And back in 17 and 17, that's why it says, for Yahweh has to put a plan into, has put a plan into their minds, a plan that will carry out, his purpose, right? Carry out his will, right? It's prophecy. They will agree to give their authority to, the beast, right? To America. They'll agree to give their authority to America, right? And so the word of Yahweh Shai will be fulfilled, right? So his words will be fulfilled. We're going to come here. And we're going to jump to Isaiah 47:1. And we're going to add a bookmark. It says, come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon, right? Man, sit on the ground, right? Sit on the ground. There is no throne, O daughters of Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be tender and delicate, right? And let's read what it says in this version. Come down, a virgin daughter of Babylon, and sit in the dust, for your days of sitting on the throne, right, have ended. O daughter of Babylonia, never again will you, the lovely princess, be tender and delicate, right? And that's what it's saying. And when it says daughter of Chaldeans, I don't even know what that means. We're gonna go to the Bible ordinance, and like I said, we will see what it means, right? Right, is the inhabitants, right, the people of Chaldea living on the lowest Euphrates and Tigris, right? Those persons considered by the wisest in the land by extension, right? So that's just a right, the Kassadites, yeah. So that's what Chaldeans means, man. And we're gonna let's look it up on Google. Let's see what Google has to say. What are the Chaldeans in Bible? All right. Chaldeans, also Chassidim in Hebrew, are mentioned in main context as the people of Abraham's birthplace, and later as the mighty warlike empire that conquered Jerusalem and exiled the Israelites to Babylon, right? So these are the same people that sent, the Israelites to Babylon, which are fucking, most likely Edomites. But what it's saying here is, the scripture is saying is, come down, virgin daughter, right? Come down, America. Sit in the dust, for your days on the throne, right? Having power over all these nations, having power over everyone, right? Have ended. Oh, America, never again will you right? The lovely princess, right? Be tender and delicate, right? And let's go to the ordinance, right? And let's find out what tender and delicate means, right? Tender, meaning um uh tender, delicate, right? Of flesh, weak of heart, timid, soft, right? So yeah, man, this is literally just breaking down the scriptures, man. All right, because Babylon the Great is, on the verge of falling, man. They're on the verge of being destroyed, man. This 250-year anniversary, right? And let's look that up too, man. How long does a kingdom normally last? An empire or major kingdom lasts an average of 250 years according to historical studies of major civilizations, right? So, what is America about to celebrate on July 4th? What is America celebrating on July 4th, 2026? Searching, which marks exactly 250 years of American independence since signing of the Declaration of Independence in 1776, right? And look, because July 4th falls on a Saturday, it has sparked a massive 3-day weekend of nationwide events, block parties, and historical commemoration, right? So, and that's what the apostles say, man. And that's not just, what the apostles say. The internet says it too, man, right? The apostles, are not the only one that says it. The internet says it also. So, that being stated, man, like I said, man, Babylon will fall, and it is on the rise of falling. And, like I say, man, we broke that down, and that's it, man. Whether you hear or whether you forbear. Shalom, and we're going to end this lesson off by giving all honor, all glory unto Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Mekakwadash. Shalom to the hopeful elect, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, and Babylon the Great is falling, man.